What's up, y'all, and welcome back. It's CakenIsRandy and raaanjo. Thank you guys for being part of part 2 of my final review for his fastest fade. I'm about to look at it, and from my point of view on how I feel about the haircut. A couple things that you guys do need to learn or understand, that within a 15-minute time zone, like, you have to, as a judge, you have to give them the benefit of the doubt that there are going to be mistakes. And but Mr. First Place over here,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, he got the belt and everything. He's done this before. And make sure to also follow raaanjo's YouTube channel.
3 A's.
It will be down below right there. So make sure that you guys tune in. I hope this is an informative video for you all. And we are going to go ahead and play this video right now. So first, well, as it's paused right now, and I'm actually looking at a TV right here. It's a bigger screen. I can see that it's dark and it's clean. That's the first thing that I'm looking at. As a barber, or as a judge, we look at a few things. We look at cleanliness. We look at, and that's Miko right there.
Miko.
Shout out to Miko. Kiko. My bad, Kiko. That's Kiko. So for the most part, at Barber Battles, we look at cleanliness. We look at fades. We look at time, and we also look at overall product. So the overall product is pretty much on how they look and how they come out of the seat. A hint, a little tip for you guys is, make sure your client's not ugly.
Ooh.
No homo. Pause. So you got to be kind of good looking, man. You know what I mean? But here we go. I'm going to go ahead and play this and check it out. So right there, I'm going to stop. If you see this little area on the corner of his hairline, that dark spot that's right there, make sure to point that out. I'm not going to critique it too much. Like right now, my first impression looking at it, I'm looking that it's a good blend from the side, right? But I do see that little spot that's going to catch my eye. Depending on how the field is, if there's barbers out there that are more talented, I'm going to look at everything. Me, I don't care. I've known raaanjo for a long time. I don't care if I know you at all. I'm that kind of judge that's not...
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. Like, I don't care who's cutting the hair. I just want to look at the haircut. That's why they hire me to do barber battles and stuff. So going back to the haircut, from the side view, I'm looking at that and I'm seeing that dark corner. That's the first thing I'm seeing. I'm also seeing a dark spot that's right here in this area right there that I might have to look at a side view, and you're able to like circle that part of what I'm talking about. Okay. And so I'm going to look at a side view on it because I want to see if it's blended, or maybe that's the way that the client's hair is. So again, from the side view, it looks clean. I'm looking at the bottom line right here. This part right here is obviously a vein right here that I think it's a vein. We'll see as the clip keeps going on. But if it's not a vein and that's just a dark spot, I'm going to tag him on some points. So for the most part, being a judge, it's a point system. So usually it's 0 to 10. If your haircut, like for every single category, again. So let's go proceed with the haircut. And as I'm looking for irritation of the skin. I'm looking for if his hair is, I'm looking for if his skin is irritated from the clippers, or if I'm looking for blood spots. If you have blood on your client, I am not going, like, you're not going to win it, period.
I did that in my fast fade.
You done that before?
I had a little nick on my boy right there.
Did you win?
Nope.
Alright, so there it is. That's the point right there. Like, a judge is going to look at that. And a judge is going to look at the lineup. A judge is going to look at if they're a razor. A judge is going to look at literally the overall look on if it's clean, if they had time to do it. You know what I mean? Like, all of that. So far so good. Going through it, I see a little bit of dots right here, but I'm thinking that's just skin irritation. I'm a barber. I'm not really caring about that part. I'm looking more at the fade right now. The back The back left section is looking proper. And me as a barber, I don't know, or I know right now that it's at a number 4, but I don't know what length he took it down to. But it's appealing to my eyes that it's darker on the top, that it's gradually blending down. It's a stretch fade. You know what I mean? So a little tip for you guys again is that judges are going to critique a barber's haircut depending on how they cut. Like myself, this is my style of haircut. This is how I would cut a hair. So I'm obviously going to give it a higher rating because that's my style of haircut. Right? So far so good. I see the occipital lobe, and I am going to that dark spot that's right here. That's above his occipital.
I see that.
That part, I'm gonna look at that, and I'm gonna probably call another judge over, and I'm gonna say, hey, check that out. Do you see that, or am I tripping? Because sometimes our eyes can play tricks on us, and then also depending on the lighting wherever we're judging, it's really hard to judge. But I do see that part, and I'm looking at the dots. The dots meaning this whole area right here. We look at the dots, and we look at the blend, and we look at where it's the profile shaver to the actual bottom of the blend. So when I'm looking at a haircut, I'm looking at different sections, and I'm looking at the what word am I looking for? Sections.
The shading? Oh.
No, not the shading. Whatever. I'll figure that out, and I'll put it down below. All right, so we're gonna proceed on with this. So far, so good. I don't see anything. Again, on the same side, right behind his ear, there's a little bit of irritation right there, and I'm not looking at that part. I just want to know if it's bleeding or not. Let's keep going, and boom. So right here, I got a good. Oh, I need to go back just a second. Give me 1 second. Right there. All right. So I'm gonna look at this view right here, and to everybody, this is a really good haircut. But if I'm looking at the side, I'm looking right here in this area right here, because that is a part that you need to pay attention to, is the callus in the back. Calic? Yeah, the calic in the back.
Calic on your foot, bro.
My bad. All right, so I'm looking at that part. I'm seeing if they took care of that. Obviously, Raaanjo took care of that. And if it was a 16-minute fast fade, he would have for sure knocked that out because he cuts super fast and super clean. At the end of it all, when I'm looking at a battle and I'm looking at a fast fade, I am thinking in my head, like, would this client pay $30, $40, $50 for this fade in 15 minutes? Or not in 15 minutes, but at the end, you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking to see if it's worth a $30, $40 fade. All right, let's see more clips of it. Now, I'm looking and I don't see anything wrong with it so far. Boom. So he's gonna step back. I'm looking at it, and then you can see that he has light spots right here, but that's because that's the client's hair. But if I was there in person, I would look at it and I would see, like, oh damn, like it's that's just the way that his hair is growing out. So let's just keep it rolling because I'm talking too much. Actually, let me back up a little bit. My bad, because I wanted to point this out a little further back. So when you're looking right here, as I pointed out on the left side of this client, you can see that the corner right here is darker than the corner over here. The right side of this client is faded really well. The left side right here, can you see it?
I see it.
You see it? All right.
I just gotta sit here and I see it now.
So I'm actually like judging it right now.
I know. I've never heard this before. Never.
So we're going off a whim. But as you could see, that part is pretty sharp, and it looks like that would need some help. So he's gonna zoom in.
Some help though.
Boom. And I see right here. See, with given 15 minutes, all these little small hairs that, like, as a judge, I'm gonna look at it, right? I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna say like, oh damn, he kind of missed these hairs. It would have been nice if he took care of those hairs, right?
That's crazy that you saw that. I didn't see that the multiple times I've viewed this video, for real.
I can see that because I'm looking for mistakes. The judges are looking for that stuff. So we're gonna let it roll out. And right there, so now that I'm looking at it, it does look like it's a vein, but it also looks like there's a dark spot. So that part could have used some help. But again, I can't stress this to you guys enough that they're only given 15 minutes. Sometimes there's a 10-minute fast fade, right? They do have 10-minute fast fades.
I'm not sure. Sometimes they do it where whoever finishes first gets the points or something like that.
So some barber battles, they do, like if you finish first, you get higher points.
Right.
I've done a bunch of battles that's like that. So I'm back to the haircut. I look at the dots. I'm counting the dots and I'm seeing how well blended it is or not. I'm also looking at cleanliness of the final product. So you forgot to clean out his ear hairs.
Yeah.
So he has ear hairs. So that's what with Ranjo, the last minute that he has when he's all cleaning up, like dude, me as the judge, I'm gonna look to see if he cleaned off his neck hairs, if he cleaned off like his ears, if he even like I pay attention to this stuff. If he even hit him with the aftershave after and with the little sheen like, you know what I mean? Like I kind of like looking at that bedazzled. Yeah, the full presentation. I look for that stuff. So going back, and this is actually a better view, and this is a really good haircut. I wouldn't doubt if Ranjo used this haircut for a barber battle, I would give him a solid ass 9.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
But
that's cool.
I would give him a solid 9, but again, depending on how other barbers that are judges, they'll give him a 10. I don't see anything being less than a 9 for this specific haircut. So again, I'm just gonna go close. A little skin irritation right there with the redness in that area, but again, I'm not tripping because it's not blood. I see no blood on this haircut at all. So far so good. Yeah. I mean, the more that I look at it, the more that I'm gonna probably give him a 10. Not even just because I know him, but just because like I put everything into consideration. I put the time, and I put the presentation, and I put the overall look, everything. So right there, so far so good. Me, for my eyes, for the comfort of my eyes, I would like to see a darker edge up right here on this side. That's just my personal preference. I'm not saying that the fade's not clean. It's just I feel like if that sideline popped out,
right.
It would like pop. You know what I mean? And yeah, like for me, that's what I would like to see. So
I never used that, by the way, ever. I've never used that in my life.
For the
just in general.
Really?
I've never touched it. I think I tried it once as a joke, but I've never.
So I'm looking at it right here. This front area right here, right?
Darker, huh?
It's darker, and if he had more time, I know Ranjo would have found that, and he would have cleaned that part up and shaped it out a lot more. Let's see that, and that's it. So I'm gonna let this replay while you guys are gonna just watch this haircut. It's a beautiful haircut. He did a great job. You did a great job. And again, it's CakenIsRandy, Ranjo.
CakenIsRanjo. You know.
Hopefully you guys have insight, and hopefully you guys have better luck with the. I just saw this right there. Hold on, I missed that. Right there. So this part right here, I don't know if the other side looks like that, but looking at it right now, it looks different from the other side, and I'm gonna replay it. My bad. I'm hella prolonging it right now.
So good.
14 minutes. All right, we're gonna just let it play out. So hopefully that this helped you guys out. Hopefully this helps all of you barbers that compete in these barber battles. Like there's no reason why you shouldn't compete. It's great for meeting people, great for networking, great for just an experience. If you're a barber and you cut hair and this is your job, like you want to be able to, experience all these things. Even if you don't compete, you want to be able to to network with as many people as you can, because you never know who you're going to meet at these barber battles. Did I miss anything?
I think one question I have, if I was a viewer, is: are we able to clean up the client after the time is done?
So when the clock strikes 0, I don't care about cleaning up, but if you have a tool, meaning like a razor, or if you guys are still using a razor, I'm gonna walk straight up to you and tell you to stop.
Yeah.
Right. But cleaning up with the powder and like the aftershave, or not the aftershave, but the oil sheen and everything like that, I'm not gonna sweat that at all, because that's how it's gonna be at the shop. So no, like I'm not gonna dock you guys on that at all. Yeah. Do you have any other questions? This would be great.
Man.
Like the times that you've lost, right?
Yeah.
Like, and what do you feel like? How do you like?
Do I have any questions for anything as a competitor? Shoot,
yeah.
Man. Does their outfit matter?
So yeah, that's a good question. So the overall look, like I'm looking at the overall. I'm that kind of guy that's gonna look, or I'm that kind of barber that's gonna look at the outfit, like the shoes that he's wearing, the clothes that he's wearing. And also, I'm looking at the barber as well. Like, I'm looking at, like, if the barber is wearing sweats and, like, a T-shirt, like, I don't believe in people. I don't believe in people wearing sweats, like, to go to work. So why would you wear sweats?
That's me.
I've worked with raaanjo, and he does he does work with sweats. So, I mean, again, like, dude, for me being a judge, I'm going to judge all that. I'm probably not so much him, but I'm going to judge your model, and I'm going to see like everything. Another tip that I can give you guys is that to not use kids. Don't use kids, because 1, kids are hard to cut. 2, kids don't stay still. 3, I just feel like an adult needs to be getting a haircut. And then
it's kind of not their environment either.
Yeah, it's not their environment. Yeah, exactly. So you want to give yourself like a little bit of leverage. Let's see. As I'm looking at this haircut, dude, like the more that I look at it and I was scoping out the head and everything like that, like I would probably he'd for sure win the battle, but there's gonna be some competitions to where you're gonna compete against.
It gets harder for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So again, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully we can do more of these things.
Hell yeah, for sure.
And hopefully that helped you guys out. So peace, love, and hair grease.
Hey, I made it on CakenIsRandy's channel, baby. We out here.
All right, y'all. All right. Late.